Story from Axios. Most Americans anticipate post-election day violence, but ready to accept results, right? Okay. 62% of Americans expect post-election violence, 62%, following November, a concern shared by 70% of Democrats and 59% of Republicans. According to Scripps News poll, this year stems partly from the political climate after the assassination attempt on Trump, and support for military intervention to prevent election day unrest is backed by 51% of Americans, with higher support among Republicans, 61%, compared to 51% on the Dems. Despite concerns, faith in the electoral process remains strong, with 63% expressing confidence in the vote accuracy. 77% of Americans are ready to accept election results, even if their preferred candidate loses, signaling a commitment to the democratic process despite heightened fears of violence and polarization. Okay? 2016, 2015, when you guys won, it was like, oh my God, because the opponent was a real opponent. Yeah. It's Hillary Clinton. Yeah. That was not a regular opponent. That was a qualified person who went. Do you think the shock factor is going to be the same in 2024, where the opponent this year is Kamala Harris and not been battle tested, not going through a primary? She didn't go through Josh Shapiro, Pritzker, Newsom, Whitmer. At best, she's maybe the best fifth pick. She's not the real leading candidate for the Democratic side. Do you think the world's really going to be that shocked, especially in the U.S., where we're going to have violence day after election?
Listen, I don't think so. I think fundamentally people want to believe in our elections, and they want to know that there was a lot of funny business that happened in 2020. You guys have talked about it plenty. I mean, I saw it, guys. I'd pull 1,000, 2,000 people for a rally for myself, and then I'd be across the street from Joe Biden. He couldn't fill up the little circles, right? Sometimes things have to pass the gut test, and if it looks like a duck and sounds like a duck and flies like a duck, it's probably a freaking duck, right? and I think a lot of people didn't feel that. Maybe they couldn't point exactly to what it was, but I think a lot of people didn't feel that in 2020, and I think that created a lot of doubt. But I don't think we're gonna have problems. I pray to God we don't have problems. We're the greatest democracy anywhere in the world. We better not have problems after the election. But I think people also expect things to be handled properly, handled fair, not be manipulated, guys, the best years for this country are undoubtedly ahead. There's no question about it. I'm proud of the guy. I'm proud of the voyage that we've all been on, and I think you're going to see a stark difference. And I think you're going to see a very, very different Republican Party than you knew under the Bush years and you knew under the kind of past years. And I really believe this could become the party of common sense, American pride again. We got to restore American pride. We got to get back to a point where people are proud to say the Pledge of Allegiance. People are proud to have the American flag on their house, and an American flag on their house doesn't signify that you might be on, conservative. Yeah. But we also got to get back to having a great cheerleader in the White House and somebody who, wants to be, the Steinbrenner that we started this whole thing talking about. Like we need that so badly. We need somebody who wants to win and will do anything we can to make sure that America stays kind of in the pole position, number one spot. And I really believe in 11 days. I mean, people have to get out and vote. You have to get out and vote. Some of these states are going to be awfully close, but I really believe we're going to get there. I believe we're going to be there.
Fantastic. Well, 250,000 people are watching right now, the last 2 hours since we've been on, just on YouTube. And everyone's looking forward to seeing what's going to be taking place. I know you guys got, what is it? How many more days left? Is it 11 days?
11 days.
11 days left till November 5th. We're running the biggest election night party November 5th, outside of what you guys will do and outside of what Kamala's going to do. But they're going to have their own thing, of course.
I'm not coming down to your party.
Yeah,
please do.
You're invited. Yeah. We're going to have a few thousand people there. We're going to have 2 fighter jets. We're going to have a panel, massive panel that will go through. We have Decision HQ will be reporting. Tom will be reporting to the second, different counties, different districts, where we'll be going through it ourselves, and then we'll be broadcasting it as well simultaneously from the new hangar in Fort Lauderdale. We're excited about it. I think this is going to be one of those election nights that we'll be talking about for decades and decades and decades to come.
I agree.
Future looks bright, buddy.
You've been a big part of the fight, and I can't thank you enough.
I appreciate you.
You've been an amazing friend to all of us, and thank you, guys.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.